All right, so let's take a look at 2.2. We're going to solve inequalities today with two operations. Based on the title, what two operations do you think we're going to use?
Addition and subtraction.
Addition and subtraction. All right, so just a reminder, a couple things. This symbol. Okay, can somebody pronounce that for me? How do you read that, Xander?
A is less than B.
Perfect. A is less than B. You could also say A is fewer than B. Okay, either way. So that means if you were to graph these numbers on a number line, if a number is to the left of another number, it's smaller. So like if I did this, C, D. Let's say C is here, D is here. How does C compare to D? Even if you don't know what the two numbers are, you know that C is less than D. Right? Anytime a number is to the left.
Yep.
Now how do you compare it the other way? What if I said, how does D compare to C?
C is greater than.
Less than.
D
D
is greater than C. Okay, because D is to the right. So any number to the left is smaller. Any number to the right is bigger. Okay, just little basic stuff. I just asked you that. How do you pronounce that one?
Greater than.
That's greater than. And if C is greater than D on a number line, what would that mean? Where is C compared to D?
On the right of D.
Right. If C is bigger,
Yeah.
C is to the right.
Looks like
Okay?
switch.
Bigger is to the right. Yep. Okay. Any questions on what those two things mean?
Hold on.
So you have a spot in your notes, like two lines you can fill in side by side.
So on that little line right here. just
Yep, on that little line, you just write what I have right there.
Parentheses and
Wait.
quotation mark.
Okay. Anyone else needs a copy?
So just like greater than.
Yep, just fill in what's right there. C is greater than B. What symbol didn't I use? I didn't use two symbols here. Yeah, well,
You do a less than or equal to.
yep, I didn't do the less than or equal to. Or
Or the greater than.
and I didn't do the greater than or equal to. All right, so to solve an inequality means to find the solution set. Now, why did we put set? Why didn't we just put find the solution? Yeah?
Because there's more than one solution.
Exactly, there's more than one solution. It's like if I said to you 2 times what is greater than 10? Well, there's a bunch of things.
5.
2 times, well, that would be greater, that would be equal.
Equal, yeah.
So you could pick anything bigger than 5.
2 times 6.
Yep, 2 times 6 is greater than 10.
2 times 67.
Sure, 2 times 67. That's why it's called a set. Because there's a bunch of numbers that make it true. So, when you are solving an inequality, you are allowed to add or subtract the same number to both sides. You don't have to write that down. I don't think there's a spot for that. Okay, just read that. But if you add on one side,
You have to add it to the other.
you got to add it to the other. What if you subtract on one side?
You subtract from the other.
Subtract from the other. Just like solving an equation. You do it on one side, make sure you do it on the other. So, just like solving an equation. Okay, so let's try this one. If you get stuck and you're like, wait a minute, this symbol's throwing me off, just block it. Pretend like it's an equal sign. Solve it exactly the same way. Great. First, can someone tell me how many steps they think it'll take to get x by itself? Joe?
1.
1 step. Anyone think they can tell me what operation? So just one word. Just tell me what operation you would use. Yep.
Addition.
Addition. I like it. Can somebody else tell me what would you add to both sides? Fred?
8.
Perfect. Add 8. Add 8. Okay, what's -8 plus 8? What happens there?
It cancels out.
Cancels out. We get x. What about the sign? Do I do anything to it?
Bring it down.
We just bring it down. Okay, tomorrow we're going to talk about you might have to flip it sometimes. But for today, you don't have to. So bring it down. What's -11 plus 8? Yeah?
-3.
Good job, -3. All right, so now have we done what they wanted? Have we finished the problem?
No.
What didn't we do?
Graph.
We didn't graph. We did the solve. Now we got to do the graph. All right. After you number it, let's just number a little bit. Okay, I usually just number a few of them. What do you have to decide first? Okay, from here, this is what we did yesterday. Sophia?
Open circle.
Yes, open circle. Okay. Why is it open? Why not closed?
Because it's not equal to.
There's no equal to, so we're going to do an open. Nathan, can you tell me what number I'm going to put the open circle on?
On the -3.
On the -3. And now, because this inequality is set up exactly the way we like it, letter, symbol, number, what does that symbol tell me? It tells me what way to do what?
The arrow's going.
It tells me which way to put the arrow. So, well, in this case, the arrow is going to go to the left. Perfect. That's it. Okay. Some people, they draw the above the number line. If you want to do your arrow above it, that's okay. I usually just do it right on. Okay, any questions on that? So looking at this, what does this mean the solution is to this? Like if you had to explain that picture to somebody, it means that what numbers are solutions? Yeah?
Anything less than -3.
Yeah, any number less than -3 is a solution to the problem. Anything. -4, -5, anything to the left. Remember, less than means left. Let's try this one. Okay, b minus 2, greater than or equal. Do you guys have the equal to?
Yeah.
Yep, so I added the equal to -9. Okay, Xander, how many steps do you think to solve this one?
1.
Yep, perfect, 1 step. Ginny, can you tell me what operation you would use on both sides? Just the operation.
Add.
Yep, you're going to add and add. And Connor, what would I add to both sides to get b by itself?
2.
Yes, good job. Add 2 to both sides. Those are gone. What do I have by itself on the left now? Will?
Cancel it, sorry.
So what's on the left?
Oh.
B, yep. What about my sign? What did Xander tell us to do in the last problem?
Bring that down.
Just bring it down. You never have to flip it today. Unless you have to do the kind of thing Mr. Roy showed you when you want a pancake. Yeah, you want to flip
I like
what's on the left and right. Pancakes are good. I like chocolate chip. I have them every Sunday morning. Good. I like blueberry too.
That's a nice one too.
All right, how about
How can you eat pig?
-9 plus 2? Sophia?
-7.
-7. How many people had b is greater than or equal to -7?
You have one right
You
here.
doing good?
I did.
Okay, what else do we have to still do? Graph it. So what I like to do on the number line, just put -7. Just pick a number to the left. Pick a number to the right.
You did it the
I did it the wrong way. Yes,
Oh
I
my
did.
goodness. Oh, okay, I just.
It's the same thing I did today.
I was confused for a second.
I did. Hold,
What?
I made a mistake.
He put 6.
So it's -8, -7, -6 in that order. What kind of circle this time?
Close.
Closed. Why?
Because it's equal to.
And where does it go?
On the 7. -7.
Sure?
-7.
-7.
Yeah.
And it goes to the
And which way does it go?
right.
Goes to the right.
To the right.
So in this problem, can somebody tell me what numbers are solutions?
Anything to the right of the 7. -7.
And to the right means
Greater.
greater than or equal. Okay, anything greater than or equal to -7.
Guys, could -7 be a possible solution for that?
Yes,
How come?
because it's on the
It's
7.
equal, right?
Oh,
It could be greater than or equal, which it is. That's why we shade it in, guys, because it includes that number. That's why we shade it.
Alright, why don't you guys try on your own 2A and
2B.
2B.
These
Okay.
are fun.
Try those two.
Alright, guys, let's go over these. We'll go over these couple. Then we got a word problem we gotta do. And then you guys have a few more practice problems to do. Alright, so we're almost there. With this one, right? Connor, what letter do I want to get alone on one side of the inequality sign? What letter?
Y.
Good job. Is Y alone
Yes.
on one side of the sign? Well, there's nothing attached to it, right? But is there something, Connor? Is there something on the side, on that side of the equal sign, on the inequality sign with it?
Yeah.
What? Tell me the number and the sign.
+8.
What should you do
Subtract.
to get -8? Very good, buddy. Awesome. -8. Where else am I minusing 8 from, Connor? Excellent. Very good. Here's my sign. Here's my sign. Connor, what's on this side, buddy?
You cross it, or Y.
I crossed it out. Good. Just Y, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. On the other side?
-3.
Perfect. Very good. You can tell me no if you want. Do you want to tell me how to graph, or you want somebody else to do it? Want somebody else to do it? Get me out of this math as quick as I can. Paige, be very specific.
It would be a closed circle and -3.
Awesome. Closed at 3. Okay.
And the arrow would go just to the left.
To the left towards the windows.
Yeah.
Very good. Why? Okay, 2 questions for you, Paige. Why closed?
Because it's equal to, it's,
Okay, because is it equal to thing underneath? Oh, the little line underneath tells me I gotta shade it in. Okay, good. How come to the left?
because that's the way the arrow is.
Yeah, it's pointing that way, right? And we use that as a little guideline to tell us it points in that direction. As I walked around, guys, people did pretty good with this. All right, good job. Now, this next one, we had a little bit of trouble with this. I want to ask you guys a question. People looked at this. I know some people did it, which is great. Joe, thank you. But some of you did not. Why? People that didn't do it, why didn't you do it?
No idea what I'm doing.
What scared you? But as I walked around, people did this one. You guys did that one.
I was messing around with decimal.
Huh? Okay, decimal was one thing that scared us. Okay, that's fine. What else? People that didn't do it. What's another reason why you may not have done it?
Maybe
Sophia?
because the sides are switched.
Okay, the signs are switched.
The sides.
The
So
sides,
it's
oh.
on a different side.
Oh, okay. Sophia, refresh my memory. What's the format again? How should it be set up?
Letter, sign, and number.
Letter, sign, then number. Okay. What's the matter with this? Letters at the end. Now, someone tell me by raising their hand. Can I write the letter at the beginning?
Yes.
What letter should I put? No, M. Okay, that's fine. I'll put M.
So,
Anybody think they might know by raising their hand? Anybody think they might know what comes after M? Joe?
Wouldn't it be greater than? No, wait. Oh, sorry, wait. Never mind.
Sophia?
Plus 1.4.
Yeah, M plus 1.4. All right. Then what? Everybody think they know that? Will, do you think you know? Oh, sorry, Mr. Hager, thank you. So I got this, I got the plus, I got the 1.4.
you have to do you have to put the less than sign.
The sign, right?
Yeah.
So do you want it to be less than or greater than?
Well, you can flip it, so.
I'm gonna flip it, okay? So what direction is my arrow gonna point? Is it gonna point towards the M plus 1.4 or in the other direction?
The other direction.
The other direction, very good. So it's gonna end up being greater than. Gemini, what should be last? -8. Feb, you gonna say that?
Yeah.
Good. Somebody tell me, what did I do?
What do you?
Go ahead, Xander.
3 plus minus.
No. What did I do? What did I do? What do we call that? When we, huh? We pancaked it, right? We just flipped it over. We took this, we brought it over here, then it gets in the format that we want, the format that we know.
Yeah.
All right? We pancaked it. Mr. Hager likes that. He likes his pancakes.
Is it still okay if we like solved it?
If you solved it without pancaking it, that's fine. But at the end, you're gonna need to. At the end, you're really gonna need the pancake to make sure, right, that you have the letter on that side. Okay? You can do it before, you can do it at the end. Doesn't matter. I like to do it first. All right? I like to get down to business right away and take care of it. All right? So we do that. Now, Ginny, what do you want to do? Well, not yet. We haven't solved it yet.
Oh, wait.
Don't get scared because of the decimal.
I don't know what to do.
You're not sure what to do? Did you? But look it. Did you solve this one?
Yeah.
You solved that one, right? And isn't this? I know the sign is different, but look it. I got a variable. I got a plus sign. I got a number. It's the same kind of setup. I know there's a decimal there, but that's okay. Do you think? Now think about it again. What are you gonna do first? No. Let's go back up and look at this one. Oh, yeah. Look what we did, right? Do we have a plus down here?
Yeah.
We have a plus up here too, right? Okay. So what do you think you do? We had a plus. We had a plus 8 up here, right? And what do we do? Subtracted 8, right? So let's go back down to this one. What do you want to do? Subtract what?
-8.
1.4. It's the same thing. Even though it's a decimal, you're still gonna, even if you're not sure how to do this, that's okay. You can do it with a calculator, all right? But you can still follow the same process. Connor, where else do I subtract 1.4?
At the
From -8. Very good. Cool. My sign will stay the same. What does that sign mean again? Can someone tell me? Greater than. Nice job. I heard a couple people say it. Nice. On this side, Sydney, what's going to be on this side? This left-hand side? That is canceled out. Just M. Very good. Now, someone tell me, is my answer going to be positive? Actually, I'm going to ask everybody. Is my answer going to be positive? Who thinks it's going to be positive? Who thinks your answer is going to be the number over here when you do this?
Oh,
is it going to be
wait.
positive? Does anybody think it's positive? Anybody at all? Be brave.
Sorry.
Who says negative? Z. Why is it going to be negative?
because you're minusing.
Right. We have two negatives, right? What's the rule? When you have the same sign. Yeah, keep the sign. We're not multiplying and dividing. Keep the sign. Very good. All right. What am I going to get? What am I going to get, Xander? Do you know?
What's on me again?
Z. X. Do you know? Anybody? Joe.
Negative 9.4.
9.4. Guys, if you get into a situation like this and you don't have a calculator, what's 8 as a decimal?
8.0.
8.0.
8.0.
Put my decimal point here. Put a 0, right? 0 minus 4, 4. Or 0 plus 4 in this case. 8 plus 1, 9. You can do it like that or just do it on the calculator. Either way works. Alright. The graphing, Nate, is going to be a little more difficult.
Oh,
How am I going to graph this?
you just put. I just.
Put it like.
Thank you, Nate. I know you changed Nathan. I didn't know you changed your name. Nathan, how do you graph this, buddy? The real Nathan, not the one talking right now.
I put it in between the 9 and the 10.
9 and 10?
Between there, because it's 9.4.
Positive 9 and
It's
positive
not
10?
negative.
Negative, okay. So it's kind of like halfway in between, right? Not quite halfway, just a little bit less, right? So kind of like Mr. Hager just did it, kind of like right there. I mean, as long as you're in the ballpark, don't put like 9.4 way over here. As long as you're in the ballpark between negative 10 and negative 9. Okay. Mr. Hager has open circle. Is he correct?
Yes.
How many people say he's correct? How many people say it's correct with an open circle? Why is it correct? Yeah, it's just, there's no line underneath to say to shade it in. Now, all right? Joe, you've been waiting very patiently. You can tell us which way the arrow
I have a
goes.
question.
You have a question?
So instead of lining it how you guys said, could you have just lined it up with like -9.5, 0.4, and then 0.3?
Say again, buddy?
Like negative 9.5, negative 9.4, like that? Or would you?
No.
The ring is number line with decimals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay. So he's doing each one like that, Mr. Okay, that's fine. Okay, Joe, which way is my arrow gonna go?
To the right.
To the right. Good. Now, do you see why? Do you see why flipping it and pancaking it is important? Will, why? I saw Will give a quick little like, yeah. Why? If you didn't pancake it right, the arrow's going to the left. It's wrong. All right. Now, I'm just gonna quickly show you guys. -8, 1.4. There's no line there. Plus M. So let's say I just went ahead and just did this first without pancaking it. Okay, that's fine. -1.4, -1.4. I'm still gonna get -9.4. So if you did it that way, that's fine. But at that point right now is when you're gonna need to flip it. It's pointing towards 9.4. I wanna make sure that it still points toward 9.4, or -9.4. So you can do it either way. You can flip it at the beginning, you can pancake it at the beginning with the whole problem before you solve, or go through the whole thing and do it at the end. Either way works. I like to do it first because we're used to solving equations with the variable on the left-hand side. But if you did it this way, you're not wrong, it'll still work. All right? But the big thing is, as long as you guys understand, you have to, whether you do it at the beginning or the end, you have to flip it. Because if you're paying attention to, if you leave it as that sign, you'll get points off. You're gonna get points off for solving it and points off for graphing. All right? You gotta make sure you flip it.
All right, so what two operations have we used today to solve?
Addition and subtraction.
Right, we didn't do any with,
Multiplication.
right, there's a reason why we didn't do multiplication and it's for tomorrow. And what other one? We didn't do division. Okay, we'll see those two tomorrow. All right, so let's redo this and let's see if we can answer parts A and B. Okay, this says that a circuit overloads with 1800 watts. Okay, so you're going to plug in a microwave that uses 1100. And part A says write an inequality that represents how many watts you still have left you can add to the circuit.
It's like shoot.
You're trying to say it in your head or something.
So Will, how would we start to set that up?
I would change my seat.
Sure, you can sit down.
You can start here if you want.
That is loud.
No.
How would we start to set that up, Will?
We'd probably do.
What do we know about the amount of electricity we can use? What do they tell you about the circuit?
Oh, that is 1,800 watts of electricity.
That's how much the circuit can handle, right? So however much, so I'm just going to write this, the amount we use has to be what compared to 800?
1,100 watts.
Yeah, the amount that we use, how does that compare to the 1,800? If you don't want to overload the circuit. Think about it. You know the limit of your circuit, right? You know what it can handle. So
What do you just do?
hold on one second. So how much electricity can you use up to?
Oh, 1,800.
You can use up to 1,800. Can you go right up to 1,800?
You mean you fry the circuit?
Well, yeah, it says technically the circuit overloads when you hit 1,800.
So you have to have 630.
So the amount would have to be less than. So up to 1,799. Okay, that's how much you could use up to.
Was this like OFT?
The amount we use. Amount. All right, so what did the problem say we already used? What-
1800.
Well, that's what the circuit can handle, but we've already used
1100.
1100. Do we still have room? We could use more if we wanted to without overloading the circuit? Yeah. How much more? Do we know? Like, pretend it was a more complicated number. Do we know exactly how much more without doing the calculation?
So be plus X.
Plus X. X represents how much more you can use. So there's part 1 for part A. Write an equation. And now solve it. How would we solve that equation?
Can you do,
Xander?
can you do minus 1100 on both sides?
Okay, so that tells us the amount of electricity we can use has to be less than how many watts?
1800. 700.
700. Okay, so we wrote an inequality and we answered it.
So how many watts does JJ Watt have?
How many what?
How many watts does JJ Watt have?
I don't know.
None right now until the season.
Who? Who's that?
Okay, so we have to use less than 700 watts. Now, part B, it says, in addition to the microwave, which of the following appliances could you plug in at the same time without overloading it? What's the only thing? We just have to be careful that we don't use more than what?
700.
We don't use more than 700. So, could we plug in the clock?
Yes.
Yep. Could we plug in the blender?
Yes.
Blender would be okay?
Yeah.
Could we plug in a hot plate?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
because the hot plate uses too much. How about a toaster?
No.
No. So in addition to the microwave, which of the following? You could plug in the clock and the blender. Okay? Could you plug in both the clock and the blender with the microwave?
Yes.
Yeah, because that would only be,
Technically, we plugged in 2 of each.
yep, you've still got plenty of room left.
If you want to do 2 blenders, you could.
You could do 2 blenders.
You could do 2 blenders and a clock radio.
Yeah,
Yep.
but you can't do 2 blenders.
You can't do 2 blenders and 2 clocks because then you'd hit exactly the limit and it would trip.
What would the sign have to be for that to work? If it was 2 blenders and 2 clocks.
Less than or equal
We have to be equal to, right? 'Cause
Yes.
It could equal that amount, and you'd still be okay.
Yeah, would have had to be equal to.
Are we doing?
Okay, so any questions on that? That's the word problem for today.
Are we doing additional?
We're gonna do some, I'm gonna show you the homework and then we're gonna do some additional practice.
Yeah, see, you guys have space on your thing for additional.
Okay, so couple reminders before we do the additional. Homework tonight, it'll be on YouTube, we're gonna pass it out to you, worksheet on 2.2. It's always on the YouTube video. It's right at the end of
Today's
it.
lesson's always
Oh, I
on.
think the homework is on YouTube. I was like, what?
Actually, at the beginning, at the end of the lesson, Mr. Hager always shows it, so if you had to like print it out, you could.
Okay, reference sheet. Okay, we're gonna put that on Google Classroom tomorrow. Okay, make sure you bring your Chromebook to class because we're gonna print it. Those people that just started in the class, I gave you the Google Classroom code yesterday. Yep, gave it to you, Will. Okay, so you guys got the code.
Guys, like it says up there, we're gonna try, Mr. Hager and I are gonna talk after class. We're gonna try to post it early, because I know some people were asking, like, can I get a little bit of head start on it?
Can you
So we're gonna
do
try to
it
get it up there early for you guys this week, so you can, if you have time before class tomorrow to get it printed out and start working on it, that's fine. We're gonna try to get it up there early for you
Can
guys.
you do it tonight?
tonight?
Maybe.
Maybe,
We'll see.
fine.
No review day because we had Monday off. It's already a short week.
Yeah.
And that will give you guys some problems to try on your own.